Hey guys, welcome to episode 1. Today, we're going to be starting off by clearing a little bit of a forest. Down there, that's where the rails are. We got a little bed set up, a couple chests just to collect the wood that we do cut. It's going to be mostly white birch and oak over here. So we're going to get up here on these leaves and look out in this area. And you can see over there, it looks like it's flat plains. So we're going to be taking off these trees. Last time we went over there, we kind of cleared all of this out back here. So we are going to get up top there, but for now we are going to chop all of these trees down, and we're going to see what type of land we got here and what kind of space that we have for a new build, because our castle area, even though that we haven't finished a couple of the projects over there, we do want to start here. And this is what we did end up finishing. So we actually cleared quite a bit. It was mostly oak. The white birch is mainly behind us up on the hill. But it does look pretty cool. So we could build something here that goes across the river. And we do have to clear over there a little bit. So that'll be a little bit later, not in this video. But we are going to make sure that all the trees are away from the horizon. So that will be good. And the next little spot is all the way up on that hill. And as we were chopping down some trees, we found one of these little ruins over here. And so we were looking around to get a little gold block there, some crying obsidian, and we did end up finding a little chest here in the back. And there are some golden apples. You found a little lodestone there, and it didn't really seem like anything good on the armor, and it's gold armor. So we're going to leave it there in case we need it in the future. And we aren't going to mine up any of it. We're not going to destroy it right now, because maybe we could integrate it into our build when we do build over here. So we're going to forget about that, and we're going to get back to our chests. And right here, we did end up getting a few more chests. This one is just kind of going to be the random stuff that we end up finding. And you can see we got a few different things, nothing too special yet, because we haven't spent a lot of time over here. But these other chests over here, this is what we got for oak logs, almost a full double chest already. So that'll be definitely sweet to get going. We have a spare chest in case we need some overflow. This chest, we have the saplings on the bottom. We're only going to keep a full row, and then we don't pick them up anymore for the oak ones. We do have the birch there, a couple leaf litters, sticks, definitely need some sticks, and then 2.5 stacks of apples. That's going to be awesome. Apples sometimes are hard to come by for me, so that's good. And then birch, we just got a little bit of birch. And the next little spot that we are going to mine is up top. It's right behind us, and we're going to take those birch down and we're going to add them to the chests. But for now, we're going to go check out to see what it looks like up top. And I'm not really too sure yet where we're going to build, but we are going to build some type of lumberyard. And the lumberyard is basically just going to be a storage for all the wood. And we're going to have massive areas of all of this wood. So we're going to be clearing the tree line all the way around and all the way on this side. And we're just going to keep things moving. I think it's going to be pretty sweet. And we're not going to start it just yet, but we are going to try to clear as much as we can just to get prepared. And this little opening here in the middle, I kind of thought about putting maybe a pulley system or something cool there. But in the future, we'll get back to it. And, you know, for right now, it looks kind of cool. It looks like it's got 2 peaks. And then, as you can see, there's tons of white birch all the way around this. And you know what we did end up finding out is that when we built this nether spot, as we were walking on the soul sand, it is crazy slow. And, you know, we did have some soul speed. So we figured we'd add it to the boots. And I haven't showed you guys the entire tool little setup or what we have on our armor. And I wanted to make sure that you see, if you saw any of the level drops, that you would know exactly what we did with those levels. And so it's going to cost about 19 levels for these boots to add soul speed onto them. And here I was just making sure that it would add it and not make sure it replaced anything. And you can see what we have on the boots there: feather falling, soul speed, projectile protection, unbreaking, and mending. So we got a few different things there. And we're going to put them on and then kind of go through our armor here. So it's all netherite. We already saw the boots. For the legs, blast protection, unbreaking, and mending. The chest plate is protection 4, unbreaking 3, and mending. And for the helm, we have respiration 3, aqua affinity, protection 4, unbreaking, and mending. And for our tools, we do have, and this is our silk touch pick. It's unbreaking, efficiency, and mending. And for our sword, we have unbreaking 3, looting 3, sharpness 5, fire aspect 2, knockback, and mending. So that one's pretty sweet. And for our shovel, we have fortune 3, unbreaking 3, efficiency 4, and mending. The fortune doesn't really add anything in Bedrock on Xbox, but for our bow, unbreaking 3, flame, mending, and power. So for the bow, you can either do mending or infinity. So I picked mending. I thought it was better. But we're going to go upstairs, and there is some stuff that we want to do on our next little spot. So we got to gather some ice. And we're going to take this little road with our little boat, and we're going to get to the ice caps. And we want to get a little bit far away from our base, just in case we do end up building over here. I know it's not something that we typically do, is build with ice, but it'll be fine. So we're going to just mine up a bunch over here. It's very simple. It's very quick. The only annoying part is the snow that falls down, because it doesn't mine very fast and it kind of gets in the way, but it wasn't a big issue. And this is where we're actually going to be using it, down in this tunnel. And these are the chests that we have set up. In the first one, we have packed ice, nice little full double chest. We're going to be using polished diorite as well. And then all of our redstone. So this is all that we have. And we're going to see if it'll make it all the way to the first stop. And for now, we're just going to start mining the sides. And this is how we had to do every single block that we placed. We had to mine out them again. So we essentially had to do this tunnel 3 more times, or twice, 2 times over. Not terrible, but removing all the torches and placing all the everything, it was kind of a lot. But I ended up liking the contrast between the red and the white. I've always kind of felt like that looked good. And I did want to integrate the redstone into most of our builds, or at least some of the builds. And I think this is a great way with connectors. So on top of the world, you have the redstone bridge with the new build that we had. That's going to have the polar bear enclosure and the beach mine. And this redstone, that's going to go to the other areas that we mined out. And it'll have the lumberyard and just everything else. So we had to do the roof as well. And the roof, we're just going to put diorite. We have plenty of diorite, and I think it'll kind of brighten it up. It'll keep it good lighting up here. So we're just going to toss it in, and I think it looks fine. I think it looks good. Most of our tunnels like this tend to have just 2 to 3 blocks for the colors in it, and I think it looks fine. So the last little spot, we do have to mine up all of this stuff. The rails definitely add up in the inventory, so it was a little bit of a pain to get going, but it's fine. It's all for the better of the good. And so we got to get the ice in there. And this is basically what it's going to look like all the way down. And we mined and we mined and we mined. We put up some torches. We took torches down. We put more ice down. It got pretty crazy. We didn't really run into anything too crazy, but we did have to end up picking up all of these rails. And then we had to go back out, grab some more ice. Not a whole lot more, but we did need more ice. And finally, we got it all set, ready to go. And we ended up putting a couple more chests, so I'll kind of go through everything. For the ice, like I said, we had to go back out, so we used about a double chest and a half. Diorite, we used plenty of that. And we have no more redstone, so unfortunately, we are out of it. And that just means that we have to go back out and mine, which is our favorite thing to do, so we don't care. And in this chest, we have a little over a stack of iron, a little over 2 stacks of redstone, almost a stack gold, got some lapis there, and almost a stack of diamonds. So not too bad for resources. Obviously, we weren't looking for resources, but as we were mining up the stuff, we found some. This one had our deep slate and tough in it. We had to keep emptying it out and moving it. You can see 3 full rows of rails pretty much here. So we can use those somewhere else if we do need them. This one has almost 3 stacks of powered rails in case we need them again. And this one's going to be empty, and our slime balls. So there was a cave, and you'll see it as we do this little tour, that we did have to kill a few slime in, and they accumulated a little bit. But let's get the boat on, and let's head down, and you can just see how much faster it is. It is so much better than the rails. We are zooming compared to what it was. and I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. It's not the most like integrated, or it doesn't look very sophisticated. We got the torches on the wall, but I like it. I enjoy it. It's a pretty big distance. And here you can see the cave that we did have to go through. And I want to do something a little different with it. Maybe add some buildings or some type of structure in there eventually. Not right now, but we're going to go past that. And you can see the numbers going down on the left side of the screen there. And we are zooming. And right here, before we miss it, it was about negative 150 is where we ran out of redstone. So we don't have any more. And so we need about another 1,000 redstone blocks to finish this build. Little amethyst there. And we're just going to keep zooming down. It's getting a little difficult because we have to stay on the right side. And that's what happens when you're trying to go a couple different ways. These boats are sometimes a little difficult to control. But this is the second cave. It's a lot bigger, a lot more lava. I was so happy that at least packed ice could withstand being this close to lava. And we're having a little technical difficulties here with the boat. Don't know why we're going backwards, but we're going to hop out and we're just going to pick it back up and keep going. But I'll be super excited once we can actually finish this entire first section. I think it'll look awesome, and it'll really pull the whole builds together and everything that we have. So you can see it's not that far from where we need to be. And we did make it here. So this little spot there, it's going to have a little platform. Up top, that's obviously where we have a little bit cleared, but not a lot. Right here and there, little spot here. You know, we're just super psyched. Kind of lost for words here to get it done. But after this, we are going to be heading into the level 7 mine again, and we're going to have to find more redstone. So we're going to be mining towards the build that we just got done doing at the redstone bridge. That build is only about 200 blocks from our main mine that we have. So we only got to mine 200 blocks that way. I know there's a lot of water in the way, so it could become an issue, but we'll figure it out, and we'll figure out some type of pathway to get up to the actual build. And I think it's just going to be awesome. And I hope you guys enjoyed the little progress that we did make so far here. And I just want to address that we don't use Elytra or beacons at all on this channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in episode 2.